When malicious compliance backfires, I work in operations and maintenance on several small solar fields throughout the Midwest. Essentially, the companies that actually own the solar sites hire my company to do routine and corrective maintenance. We have about 15 crews working all over the U.S. We have an internal ticketing software we use to keep track of how much time we spend at each site and what work is being done. This is pretty important since we use all of our tickets to justify the site owners paying us. It can be a little frustrating to manage these tickets sometimes if there's a lot going on. For example, if I'm on site for Company A and get a phone call from Company B, I need to create a new ticket or log that time on an existing ticket for Company B's phone call. I can't just charge Company A for 30 minutes I spent answering a bunch of random questions for the other company. There are also times when you'll be walking through the field and notice something and just fix it real quick. Like we'll be replacing a broken module, solar panel, and happen to see a broken zip tie and you just replace it. It's not what you were doing in that section, but it takes all of 30 seconds so you just do it. However, a couple months ago, our company's VP retired, and the new guy is a little extreme. He wants to make sure we're really being diligent with our tickets and documenting everything. There was a company-wide Zoom meeting to introduce him, and he spent almost 20 minutes talking about tickets. We've all heard this before, and we're all pretty good about making sure our hours are accounted for with the appropriate tickets, so we didn't really think too much of it. A few weeks later, VP was out visiting one of my sites while we were doing preventative maintenance on 4 inverters. As I was setting up to do my work and the other tech was at the spare parts container on site getting some material, I noticed a module nearby had some damage. It was chipped from a rock or pebble. We're in a pretty windy area. I took a picture of it, noted the location, then went back to the inverter. As I was walking back, I called the other tech and asked him to grab a module while he was at the spare parts containers. When I finished at the inverter, I closed that ticket, created a new one for the broken mod. We replaced it, and I closed that ticket, and we moved on to the next inverter in line. At the end of the day, VP pulled me aside to ask why I wasn't managing my tickets correctly. Me, I'm not sure what you mean. Everything we did today had a ticket. VP, yes, but you didn't track your time correctly. Me, I'm sorry, I'm still not sure what you mean. We worked a little over 8 hours today. We spent roughly 2 hours at each inverter, and then 20 minutes swapping that broken module.